Hello and welcome back to this YouTube channel. So today we are going to discuss the second part of the current affairs related to science and technology. Before we start our discussion, I want to announce few things here. If you are the first time visitor of this channel, I want to share some important things with you guys that from the 1st of July we are going to start the static portion coaching here only on this YouTube channel, in which we will take up uh, all the important subjects for your UPSC prelims 2025, and we will take up the daily news analysis every day, and regarding that we will take up the current quiz sessions, which would contain more than 10 to 15 questions in it, which would be related to the previous year's question papers or the static portion or the current affairs which are in news every day. So my request to you guys is please do subscribe to this channel. You know, stay with us and trust the quality. I would, you know, you would definitely like this initiative, and I would help you in many ways in clearing your UPSC exam 2025. So, without any delay, let us start our discussion here. It is about the dark matter. First, before going to the topic, as I always say that right now it is not the time to discuss the concepts in detail. And the motive of this, this discussion is to share the information so that you may take up the points which would be useful for your exam, which is very much near to you guys. About dark matter, before going to this topic, we should know that it is very much basic in every human being. We wonder how this universe evolved, what is beyond this earth. It is how does everything started, how this life started, what was there before, and is it enough what we are seeing right now, or there is something beyond that which we are not able to see. So this is very much basic in us. So we often think about these things, and the time passed away, and different scientists came with their theories. First we saw Galileo. He he gave us different theories. Then time passed and many scientists came, and then we saw the Newton's laws, then the Einstein, then further many who added to their theories. So here we have to discuss about the dark matter. We have to take a few important points in it which would be very much useful for us in our exams. you know right now it is not the time to discuss the history of the universe, or to go into depth and discuss every point in it. So let's start our conversation here. As we could see why it was in news, here we could see that the astronomers have made the most detailed map of dark matter, showing that both the lumpiness, usually with no particular shape, of the universe, and the rare rate at which the universe is growing. So what do we get from this point? From this heading, what do we get? It is that the shape of the universe, it is not the, it is kind of lumpy, which is a piece of solid substance, usually with no particular shape. मतलब कि किसी जगह ज़्यादा ऊपर है, किसी जगह नीचे, मतलब it is kind of a lumpy, uh, and the universe is growing at a particular rate. So to understand this, we have developed different telescopes, we have developed different instruments by which we are trying to understand how it works. So they have created a map by using the microwave detector of the Atacama cosmology telescope. With this, they had came they came to the conclusion, and they drew the map, and by which they understand the lumpiness of the universe, and the irregular shape of the universe, and the rate at which it is growing. So astronomers were observing the data collected by the ACT to find out whether Einstein's predictions in his theory are correct regarding the expansion of the universe. So here we have to discuss what were the Einstein's predictions about the universe. So we will discuss it in the coming up slides. They also observed this sense sanctity of the standard model of cosmology. So about this standard model of cosmology we will also discuss. Moving forward, what were the observations made by the astronomers? Here we have invisible world, features of the invisible world, which is dark matter and energy. As it is said that this whole universe is made up of 27% dark matter, 60 something 67% something is of made of dark energy, and the only 5% which is visible to us. They were observed, which are hundreds of millions of light years across. Above cosmic microwave background radiations, gravitational pull of large, heavy structures, including dark matter, warps this CMB, that is cosmic microwave background radiation, on its 14 billion year journey to Earth. Microwave background or fossil radiation is the cooled remnant of the first light or leftover of the Big Bang that could ever travel freely throughout the universe. So this is the first when the Big Bang happened, when there was nothing, and suddenly that blast happened. So it is said that it is the remnant of that. This is the fossil radiation. This CMB or fossil radiation is the cooled remnant of the first light or the leftover of the Big Bang that could ever travel freely throughout the universe. The CMB light gets deflected by dark matter just like a magnifying glass deflects light that passes through it. About lumpiness, measurements showed that the lumpiness of the universe is of the exact right size as per standard model of cosmology. About expansion rate at which it is growing is just what was expected from our SMC based on Einstein's theory. About gravitational lensing, it was observed while recording the movement of the CMB. About gravitational here gravitational lensing, it is a phenomenon in which light moving through a region of space-time warped, bend, or twist out of shape by powerful gravitational field travels in a curve until it emerges as a stretched out arc called as Einstein ring. So when there is a gravitational force, so when light passes through it, it warps it. Uh, how can I explain you what is a warping? I will explain you it like if you put there is some loose net होगा कोई तो उसमें आप एक पत्थर छोड़े तो how it warps around it. So this is the basic concept regarding that, and how it emerges as a stretched out arc called an Einstein ring. Gravitational lensing helps in detecting dark matter. About Big Bang model, it is the only model that is able to explain the existence of cosmic microwave background. According to this model, the universe started with a very dense and hot phase that expanded and cooled itself for several hundreds of thousands of years. The temperature was so high that neutral atoms could not form. Matter consisted mostly of neutrons and charged particles, protons and electrons. Electrons interacted closely with the light particles, and therefore light and matter were tightly coupled at that time. That is, light could not travel for a long distance in a straight line. Light could therefore not propagate, and the universe was opaque. It took about 3 lakh years for the universe to cool down to a temperature at which atoms can form. Matter then became neutral and allowed the light to travel freely. Then came the universe. So this is about the Big Bang model. I hope you understood from it what was the crux of it. It took 3 lakh years for the universe to cool down to a temperature where atoms can be formed, and by that the matter then became neutral and allowed the light to travel freely in the universe. About Einstein's theory of relativity, it was propounded by him in 1915. In this theory, he contradicted Isaac Newton's concept of space, who saw space and time as fixed. But according to his theory, space is fluid and malleable. Gravity is not a force but rather a distortion of time and space. Tiny ripples are caused by colliding black holes. These are few points which were established in the Einstein's theory of relativity. About the composition of matter, we should know that unlike normal matter, dark matter does not interact with electromagnetic force. So we should know that this means it does not absorb, reflect, or emit light, making it extremely hard to spot. Researchers have been able to infer the existence of dark matter only from the gravitational effect it seems to have on visible light. So we could not, uh, point out, you know, where dark matter is, but it is observed through the gravitational impact on visible. It is due to its gravitational impact on the visible light. It seems to outweigh visible matter roughly 6 to 1, making up about 27% of the universe. So, this dark matter makes up approximately 27% of the universe. And also, here we have astronomer Fritz Zwicky first used the term dark matter in 1930s. About dark energy, it makes up approximately 68% of the universe and appears to be associated with the vacuum in space. It is distributed evenly throughout the universe, not only in space but also in time. About the visible light, it makes up 15%, 5% of the universe. It includes Earth, the Sun, other stars, and galaxies. It is made of protons, neutrons, and electrons bundled together into atoms. Sorry, yeah. Now, uh, let's come here. About here, we have to discuss about the Einstein's predictions in the theory of general relativity. In it, he defined the motion in space, concentrations of mass and energy curve, that structure of space-time affecting the motion of anything passing near, including light. He expected a beam of starlight should bend when passing through the sun's gravity. Then expansion of universe, he provided the mathematical framework for describing the structure and evolution of the universe once hotter and denser than it is today, from its beginning, which is 13.8 billion years ago, and into the future. Also, according to him, galaxies are moving away from each other, and he predicted that the universe is lumpy. Now, how does the new map confirm the Einstein's prediction? What Einstein, as we discussed, its prediction, the lumpiness of the universe, that when the light passes near the sun, it should bend. How does this new theory, uh, confirm Einstein's predictions? Here we have crisis in cosmology. Previous map indicated that the lumpiness of the universe was not as dense as Einstein's theory had proposed under the standard model of cosmology, and led to concerns that the model may be broken. These findings used a different background light, one emitted from stars and galaxies rather than the CMB. However, the latest results from ACT were able to precisely assess that the lumpiness seen are as per Einstein's theory, standard model of cosmology. Findings proved that the expansion of the universe is as per the SMC. It is also called the concordance cosmological model or the ACDM model. It is based on the principle that the universe was created by the Big Bang from pure energy. Also, it believes that the universe is composed of about 5% ordinary matter, which is visible light, which we already discussed, 27% of dark matter, and 68% of dark energy. And also, the presence of CMB shows that the universe started with a very dense and hot phase that expanded and cooled itself and later released CMB. Its movements depict it is universe. It depicted it that universe is still expanding. Also, its deflection by massive object upheld the gravity is not a force but rather a distortion of time and space. Now, coming back to the next topic, it is about the quantum national quantum mission. Let us discuss about it. Recently, National Quantum Mission received cabinet approval at a total cost of rupees 6,000 crore. About quantum technology seeks to harness laws of quantum physics which describe the behavior of matter and energy at the atomic and subatomic level. So it describes the behavior of atom at uh, behavior of matter and energy at the atomic and subatomic level. This is unlike classical physics in which an object can exist in one place at one time. For example, classical computers operating using binary physical state, that is 1 and 0. Potential applications of quantum technology: we have quantum computing uses qubits, typically subatomic particles, as it is the basic unit of information instead of binary bits. Then we have quantum stimulation. It's one of the applications, specially designed quantum computers constructed for the purpose of stimulating materials or chemical reactions of the physical world. Then quantum communication uses quantum bits, typically photons of light, for transmitting data along optical cables, including technologies like quantum key distribution and quantum random number generation. Then we have quantum sensing and metrology uses individual particles such as photons and electrons as highly sensitive sensors in the current technologies related to measurements of force, gravitation, electric field, and others. About the mission, uh, to seed, nurture, and scale up scientific and industrial R&D, research and development, and create a vibrant and innovative ecosystem in quantum technology. It is implementing agency. It will be implemented by the Department of Science and Technology under the Ministry of Science and Technology. It is mission or duration of the mission is from 2023 to 2031. It is target developing intermediate scale quantum computers with 52,000 physical qubits in 8 years. It is a satellite based secure quantum communications between ground stations over a range of 2,000 kilometers within India and with other countries. Also, intercity quantum key distribution over 2,000 kilometers. Here are some application areas. We can see its application in magnetometers with high sensitivity in atomic system, atomic clocks for precision timing, communications and navigation, design and synthesis of quantum materials such as superconductors, novel semiconductor structures, and topological materials for the fabrication of quantum devices. Then we have single photon source detectors and entangled photon sources for quantum communication, sensing, and metrological applications. What is the theme? It includes setting up for four thematic hubs in top academic and national research and development institutes in the domains, which is quantum computing, quantum communication, quantum sensing and metrology, and quantum materials and devices. This is the theme. It includes setting up these four thematic hubs, and they are quantum computing, quantum communication, quantum sensing and metrology, and quantum materials and devices. What is the significance of the mission? The technological advancement. National Quantum Mission can take the technology development ecosystem in the country to a globally competitive level. It will advance our technology, and it will lead the global recognition. It would help the various disciplines. The mission would greatly benefit various sectors, including communication, health, finance, and energy, with applications in drug designing, space, banking, security, and others. Research and development. It will help establish a research ecosystem in and around quantum technology. Global leader, India can take an early advantage in developing the technology and harnessing the benefits. Currently, only six other countries, that is United States, Finland, Austria, China, Canada, and France, are working in the field of developing quantum technology on a large scale. It would help in national security. It will aid national security in areas such as optimized intelligence collection, encryption, stealth technology, and communications. So these are a few of the applications. We could say the significance of the mission. About qubit, we should know that just like a binary bit, which is 0 and 1, is the basic unit of information in classical or traditional computing, a qubit or quantum bit, that is a combination state of 0 and 1, is the basic unit of information in quantum computing. About physical versus logical qubits, a physical qubit, it is a physical device that behaves as a two-state quantum system used as an component of a computer system, for example, an atom of hydrogen existing in multiple energy levels. Then we have logical qubits or groups of physical qubits working together to form a computation. Here we have classical bits, bit 1 empty is equal to 0, bit 2 filled is equal to 1. For quantum bits, qubits, we have 1 by 3 of 0 and 2 by 3 of 1, which is as represented in the image. 2 by 3 is filled and 1 by 3 is empty. Then we have head and tail, 50% chance if landing on 0 and 50% chance if landing on 1. So it includes the probability also. Now, coming to the third topic of today's discussion, which is very important, it is about the Jupiter's icy moons explorer JUICE mission. We should know that who launched this JUICE mission. European Space Agency has launched the JUICE mission from Europe Space Port French Guiana on an 8-year-long voyage out to Jupiter and its moons through Ariane 5. So, JUICE mission, it is launched by European Space Agency from Europe's spaceport French Guiana. Spacecraft will complete flybys of Venus, Earth, and the Earth's moon system to arrive at its destination in 2031. It is the first large class mission in European Space Agency's Cosmic Vision 2015 to 2025 program. For the first time that the ESA has sent a spacecraft beyond the asteroid belt. It is a product of global cooperation between 23 countries, academic institutions, and private companies. About the JUICE mission, its objective, it will make detailed observations about Jupiter and its three larger ocean-bearing moons, which is Ganymede, Callisto, and Europa. These are three ocean-bearing moons of the Jupiter. It will insect and analyze the moon's weather, magnetic field, gravitational pull, and other elements. About the time period, it will spend at least 3 years studying the gas giant and its moons. About the spacecraft, it has a record 85 square kilometers of solar panels which stretch out to the size of a basketball court. It will collect as much energy as possible near Jupiter, where sunlight is 25 times weaker than on Earth. About the payload, it includes GALA, which is Ganymede Laser Altimeter, MAGIS Moons and Jupiter's Imaging Spectrometer, and UV's UV Image Spectrograph, etc. These are the payloads in which it would carry to its mission. About some of the quick facts about the Jupiter, it is the fifth planet from the Sun. It is the largest planet in the solar system, more than twice as massive as all the other planets combined. It is one of the Jovian planets. Others are Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Why are they called Jovian planets? They do not have solid surface. Instead, they are composed primarily of hydrogen and helium, which with the traces of methane, ammonia, water, and other gases in their atmosphere. It has the highest number of moons, 95, followed by Saturn. It has a faint ring system. The great red spot which we could see on it is a giant storm bigger than Earth that has raged for hundreds of years. About the rotation and revolution around the sun, rotates once about every 10 hours a given day, but takes about 12 Earth years to complete one revolution of the sun. Major space missions to Jupiter, we have Pioneer 10. It was launched by NASA in 1972. Then we have Voyager 1 and 2. It was also by NASA 1977. Then we have Galileo, first to enter Jupiter's orbit. It was by NASA 1989. Then we have Ulysses, NASA and ESA 1990. We have Juno, it is by NASA in 2011. Then we have Europa Caliper, NASA, expected in 2024 this year. So these are the missions. Mostly they are from the NASA. Then about the its moons, here we have Ganymede, largest moon in our solar system, only moon known to have its own magnetic field. Due to icy and rocky sea bottom, it has potential for supporting life. Then we have Callista. second largest moon of Jupiter and third largest moon in our solar system. Heavily cratered surface of ice and rock, evidence of subsurface ocean is there. Then we have Europa has a layer of ice and water on top of a rocky and metal interior, has only a teeniest atmosphere of oxygen, has the smoothest surface of any known solid object. What are the benefits of the JUICE mission? Life in solar system, it may find the evidence of life on the moons of Jupiter. New scientific knowledge, it will reveal new set of information about Jupiter. Also, it will help in understanding the formation of planets and moon. Inspiration for other space agencies using renewable source of energy. Solar panels will set an example in front of other space agencies such as ISRO. Here are some benefits of the space exploration. We have it would help to inspire the younger generation. There are many young people who are interested in the idea of space exploration. As a result they pursue an education in science, so they can live their passion in studying space and everything that it has. Then it is one of the benefits. The new raw materials out in space, they are virtually unlimited resources. It is all just a matter of collecting it and bringing it back, which granted will not be easy task. Still, it is virtually unlimited natural resources are there. Then it would help in the job creation, it would help in medicine and innovations, it would help in it protects us from the asteroids by studying it, by studying the nature of the space exploration, the nature of the space entities. We could help ourselves from the asteroids. It would help us to know that whether we are alone in the universe or there are some other entities living around. Then it would help us in great discoveries, help in innovation, and it would help in uniting the nations. If there is one thing that the entire world can get behind, it is space exploration. The nations might fight against each other about the things that go on with regards to planet Earth, but they all want to explore the cosmos. About Jupiter Toron asteroid, NASA's spacecraft Lucy has captured images of Jupiter Trojan asteroid for the first time. Images will help scientists to analyze how the Trojan asteroid reflects light from certain angles. Trojans, also known as ancient population of asteroid fossils, orbit the Sun in two loose groups, with one group leading ahead of Jupiter in its path, the other trailing behind. They are stabilized by the Sun, and its largest planet is a gravitational balancing act. Lucy was launched in 2021 as the first space mission to study the Trojans. It is on a 12-year mission that will take close observations of 9 Jupiter Trojans and 2 main belt asteroids along with that. Now coming back to the next topic, it is about the preparedness and resilience for emerging threats initiative, which is PREAT initiative. Recently, World Health Organization launched PREAT initiative, which is Preparedness and Resilience for Emerging Threats initiative. About World Health Organization, it is a United Nations agency. It is headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland. It was established in 1948. It has 194 member states, including India. Its objective is to promote health, keep the world safe, and serve the vulnerable so everyone everywhere can attain the highest level of health. Its function is to expand universal health coverage, direct and coordinate the world's response to health and emergencies, and promote healthier lives from pregnancy care through old age. About the preparedness and resilience for emerging threats initiative, PRET initiative, it is an innovative approach to improving disease pandemic preparedness. It recognizes that the same systems, capacities, knowledge, and tools can be leveraged and applied for groups of pathogens based on their mode of transmission, respiratory, vector-borne, foodborne, and etc. It incorporates the latest tools and approaches for shared learning and collective action established during the COVID-19 pandemic and other recent public health emergencies. It places the principles of equity, inclusivity, and coherence at the forefront. It provides a platform for national, regional, and global stakeholders to collaborate to strengthen preparedness. And also PREET recognizes that there are three tiers of systems and capacities relevant for pandemic preparedness, those that are cross-cutting for all or multi-hazards, relevant for groups of pathogens, respiratory, arboviruses, etc., or specific to a pathogen. PREET operate under the aegis of the International Health Regulation IHR 2005 or legally binding agreements of 196 state parties including all 194 member states of WHO to build the capacity to detect and report potential public health emergencies worldwide. IHR sets out the core capacities that countries need to be able to detect and respond effectively. WHO plays the coordinating role in IHR implementation and, together with its parameters, helps countries to build capacities. IHR requires that all countries have the ability to detect, assess, report, and respond. The technical action in PREET are mapped to the IHR core capacities grouped according to five systems for health emergency preparedness, response, and resilience. HEPR, which is health emergency preparedness, response, and resilience under WHO, is a learning channel brings together resources for WHO national counterparts and partners to outline the process of developing national investment plans to apply for additional resources, including pandemic fund resources. REIT can also serve to operationalize the objectives and provisions of the pandemic accord, which is currently being negotiated by WHO member states. Now, coming to the last topic of today's discussion, it is rare earth elements. Here, Hyderabad-based National Geophysical Research Institute has found large deposits of 15 rare earth elements in Andhra Pradesh's Anantapur district. About rare earth elements, they are a group of 17 silvery white soft heavy metals that occur together in periodic table. Group consists of yttrium and 15 lanthanide elements which are lanthanum, cerium, praseodymium, neodymium, promethium, samarium, europium, gadolinium, terbium, dysprosium, holmium, erbium, thulium, ytterbium, and lutetium. These are the 15 lanthanide elements, and yttrium is one. Rare elements are all metals having many similar properties and often that often cause them to be found together in geological deposits. Here, rare elements are used in high-end technology, defense applications, electronic devices like cell phones, computers, electric vehicles, etc., because of their luminescent and catalytic properties. In similar development, scientists from Institute of Minerals and Materials Technology, Bhubaneswar, have estimated the quantity of rare earth elements that can be recovered from red mud. Red mud is a toxic byproduct of aluminum extraction from bauxite or using Bayer process. Red mud contains REs. There are two strategies to recover REs from red mud: extract only REs or extract all metals such as iron, titanium, and sodium, including rare earth elements. Where are the world's largest rare earth elements? We could see that China, it has the largest rare earth elements, then Vietnam, then Brazil, Russia, India, Australia, Greenland, United States, Tanzania, Canada, and South Africa. So this was about today's discussion. I hope you liked these articles, and I hope this would help you in clearing a few questions in your exam. Thanks for staying with me. Do subscribe to this channel, it would help you. Trust me on that. Thank you. Sorry, we have one more article. Now we have PSLV Orbital Experimental Module 2, which is POEM 2. ISRO carried out scientific experiment using POEM 2 in PSLV C-55 mission. PSLV C-55 is a dedicated mission of New Space India Limited for the International Satellite Customer from Singapore. PSLV is a four-stage launch vehicle. First and third stage is solid, second and fourth stage is liquid. NSIL is the commercial arm of ISRO for enabling Indian industries to take up high technology space related activities. Main payloads launched are Helios 2 and Earth observation satellite to support satellite imaging requirements of Singapore government agencies. Then we have Lumilight 4 to augment Singapore's maritime navigation and benefit the global shipping community. Mission for the first time will see solar panels powering PSLV's fourth final stage for conducting month-long experiments. Usually, fourth and final stage of a rocket remains in space for only a couple of days before dropping back into the atmosphere and burning up. However, PSLV includes PSLV Orbital Experimental Module 2, which is POEM 2 platform to perform in-orbit experiments using the final stage of PSLV. POEM has a dedicated navigation guidance and control system which acts as a platform's brain to stabilize it with specific accuracy. POEM will derive its powers from mounted solar panels and a Leon battery. We had Mr. Money articles before I said that this was lost. Now let us see. It is tropospheric emissions monitoring of pollution TEMPO instrument. NASA launched a device called TEMPO to monitor air pollution from space. TEMPO will allow scientists to monitor air pollutants and their emission sources and air quality across greater North America on an hourly basis during daytime. It is situated in geostationary orbit, which is 35,786 kilometers above the equator. Among the pollutants traced by TEMPO will be nitrogen dioxide produced from the combustion of fossil fuels, formaldehyde, and ozone. It will be able to measure atmospheric pollution down to a spatial resolution of 10 square kilometers or neighborhood level. Coming to the next topic, it is the Shingrix vaccine. GlaxoSmithKline (GSK) Pharma has launched vaccine Shingrix in India to prevent shingles. Shingles is caused by the reactivation of the Varicella zoster virus, same virus that causes chickenpox. So it is a viral disease. Those suffering from diabetes, heart disease, and kidney disease were at an increased risk of developing shingles because of weakened immunity. Shingrix aims to prevent shingles, herpes zoster, and post-herpetic neuralgia in adults aged 50 years or more. It is the world's first non-live recombinant subunit vaccine to be given intramuscularly in two doses. It was approved by US Food and Drug Administration and European Commission. This was about the Shingrix vaccine. I hope you here are some points which you need to remember, like which pharma industry gave it. It is the GlaxoSmithKline Pharma has launched the vaccine Shingrix in India to prevent shingles. And also we should know that the shingles, it is caused by the reactivation of the varicella zoster virus, which is a VZV, varicella zoster virus, same virus that causes chickenpox. So we should know that shingles and chickenpox, they are caused by the same virus, which is varicella zoster virus. So if a question comes whether shingles it is a bacterial disease or the viral disease, we should know that it is the viral disease. And also about the shingles, its impact is more on those suffering from diabetes, heart disease, and kidney disease, where at an increased risk of developing shingles because of weakened immunity. Also, shingles, the vaccine aims to prevent shingles. Herpes zoster is also one of the name of the shingles, and post herpetic neuralgia in adults aged 50 years or more. It is the world's first non-live recombinant subunit vaccine to be given intramuscularly in two doses. So such questions do come in the exam. So we should know that this Shingrix is the world's first non-live recombinant subunit vaccine to be given intramuscularly in two doses. It was approved by US Food and Drug Administration and European Commission.